It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And it is Wizard basketball tonight as the Washington Wizards go up against the Pistons in Detroit. Looking at the Pistons, they're ahead of where they were last season at this time. Always nice to see that progress in a positive direction. As the season progressed for the Wizards last year, it became clear that the Wall and Beal backcourt duo was really something special. When they're both healthy, they could put on a show. Kenny, what do you think about how this pairing has developed?
I mean, this is an incredible backcourt. You know, they're on the rise. They averaged over 32, Ernie, 32 points per game last season. They're both great in the defensive area, quick hands, and average more than a steal per game. That's pretty impressive.
You know what, Ernie, Kenny, they're arguably the best backcourt in the East. Sort of like the Splash Brothers. Like, I got a new name for them, Ernie.
What are they?
The White House Boys.
Ooh. What about Secret Service?
Ooh, that's even better.
That's even better.
What about CIA?
Oh, but the initials aren't CIA.
Why would CIA be?
Because I don't know.
It's not CIA. Okay.
That was a wonderful idea, almost.
Secret Service.
Yeah, Secret Service
I'm
is
with
nice.
you, Jet. I like that.
I use that.
You used to come up with a lot of nicknames.
Yeah.
You've been kind of laying
that's
back
a good
on
one.
that. I like that.
I'm back in the
Service.
nickname game.
Oh, that's good news for everyone who watches the NBA. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Great view from across the water, looking at a majestic Motor City skyline. We're coming at you from the Palace of Auburn Hills in beautiful suburban Detroit as the Pistons prepare to take the floor. The Wizards here looking to pick up one game on the road before returning back to Washington. And so off the tip, it's Washington's ball. And now Washington's starting group. The great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Gortat is out there with Mahinmi. And it's Porter in at the 3. There's a screen. Gortat dishes the Wall. Here's Harris. Got a piece of it, but they recover it. On defense, Detroit. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
Yeah, and these teams pretty familiar with one another. They'll face off 4 times this year.
And you know, Greg, both would love to get the upper hand early. This game to me is psychological as much as anything. I mean, a win here provides that edge you're looking for.
And for the last 3 seasons, what a talented young backcourt John Wall and Bradley Beal have become. Wall drafted 1st overall, Beal 3rd in different drafts. A little lottery luck, if you will, and great scouting of these two.
One shot, gentlemen.
That one misses for Wall. Clark getting back to Wall and Beal. They really complemented each other perfectly over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, you look at some of the great backcourts of any age over that time, and Wall and Beal right there with them. And it's good to be so young and talented, that's for sure.
Here's Wall, following the score by Reggie Jackson. And Wall kicks to Beal. 13 feet away. And no good, trying to use the glass.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
Outside Jackson. Six on the shot clock, and it's Drummond with the jam.
He gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home.
I tell you what, he's lucky on that one that he got away with maybe not picking up a tee.
Now here's Wall, who's coming off a 13-point game against Milwaukee.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him passing the basketball as well. He did a great job racking up the assists. And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Brad.
Plays it up and banks it in.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Drummond the screen. Ball against Jackson. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Goes back up. And the rejection by Mahimi. And here's Wall. Kicks it to Porter. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. With the break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. Second, Andre Drummond.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Jackson against Wall. Right side Jackson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And for Reggie Jackson, the league is going the right way in terms of his skill set. Everyone loves the guard who can shoot well enough to bust the zone as well as make plays for others and at the rim. And Jackson is that guy.
And back to Jackson. He really took on the playmaker role after being traded to the Pistons. As a Detroit player, he averaged over 9 assists a game, Clark, which would have put him 4th overall in the league had it been for a full campaign.
Loved his aggressiveness, which led to opportunities for his teammates, but it also led to turnovers. That part of his game, he's got to tighten up.
And so Jackson nails both of them. Fans had a hard time finding their way to the stadium last season for the Pistons at the bottom in several home attendance categories last year.
Yeah, it's right in Auburn Hills.
I know.
I mean, they used to go a lot when they were winning championships. But to be fair to those fans, it was hard at times to watch the Pistons play. I mean, they could get cold and really struggle on their home floor.
Crisp pass into the paint.
Pistons have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Here's the dish to Harris. Morris, left side. Back to Harris. Tries it from 9. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
And for the Pistons, a lot of their woes here at home were due to defense. I mean, their 18-23 home record comes from allowing too many good looks for their opponents.
Now, here's Porter. Really played well against Milwaukee his last outing. There's Beal with the 3. That doesn't fall either. He's missed his first 2 shots tonight. Here's Caldwell Pope. He's covered by Beal. Morris a screen. 6 to shoot. There's the feed to Drummond. Shot is off. And Washington the other way now.
And the Pistons, how about starting out 2-13 at home? I mean, they did turn it around afterwards, going 16-10 to finish out the season. At least they seem to be headed in the right direction.
Now here's Beal after the miss from Andre Drummond. Beal the pass to Wall. Gortat with a screen on Drummond. Kept alive.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
And the Pistons with possession here, following the 3-point attempt by John Wall. Harris against Wall. Shoots it. The shot no good.
The crossover worked to perfection. The shot, and not so much.
Jackson against Porter. Now here's Gortat. D right on him. Here's Wall.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Washington trailing. Now Beal. A 23-point game for him in the win against Milwaukee. No good. That would have tied it. Harris against Wall. Harris dishes to Drummond. Pass to Jackson. To the paint. Here's Harris. The shot will not go. Now Washington takes it the other way. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
You're not always going to shoot it as well as they did from three-point range to win that game, but it certainly doesn't hurt. And in that game, boy, did they shoot it lights out from beyond.
Lights out is a real good way to describe it. Just take a peek at the box score. I mean, their percentage from deep was off the charts. The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Wizards foul. Ian Mahinovic. First personal foul, team second.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And for Tobias Harris, a resurgence of sorts last season, Clark, especially from behind the arc, where he shot a career-high 36%.
You know, he'd only hit 25% from three the year before, Kevin. So, yeah, monster improvement in accuracy from long range.
So, timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And getting back to Harris, there's just so much to like about his game. He lives in the gym, has a tremendous feel for the game, and he knows how to maximize his production within those athletic limitations.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Pistons. Wizards trail by 5.
You know, the thing about Harris is he's a combo forward, extremely versatile. At 6'8", he struggles with size against the better power forward, and he lacks the athleticism of the better small forward. So to get the most out of him, you have to put him in the right matchups.
Now here's Johnson. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Fires from deep. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed. Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of room.
Well, I tell you what, they're turning this game into a drag race, sprinting out for easy, fast break baskets.
And on a really nice run here, and defensively, you've got to force them to operate in the half court. It allows you to put bodies on bodies.
So it's Washington now, following the bucket by the Pistons. Burke kicks to Nicholson. 6 on the shot clock. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Bullock, good. And it's a 9-point Piston lead.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Here's Nicholson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Burke. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. Pistons leading by 7. Smith with it, and right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. Here's Marjanovic, feeds it to Johnson. Nice ball movement by Detroit, just 5 on the clock. And Detroit again with the bucket.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Now here's Burke. Smith the pass to Nicholson. Now here's Thornton. Blanketed by the D. Fights to the rim for the layup.
Shaped and baked with the crossover move, and that's what freed him for the score.
And got him on the wrong foot and then just blew by him.
And he gets the bucket. And the Pistons lead by 9.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Now here's Burke. Morris outside to the left side wing. Nicholson dishes to Morris. From 6 feet. They shoot again. And fouled hard that time. They'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And a look here at the Wizards, how they ranked in the NBA last season. 2nd in opponent shooting percentage, 6th in assists. And they were a top 10 team in field goal shooting. Pretty impressive.
And you mentioned their ranking in terms of opponent field goal percentage. Such an important stat. They did not give up the easy looks. You really had to work for whatever you got.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw good for Morris.
And guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
And Morris drops them both. As you said, the Wizards did look more mature last year on the floor with their play. They made sure to add veterans to achieve that.
And not just any veteran, but a future Hall of Famer in Paul Pierce. I mean, his presence on the team, I think, really is what propelled them to achieve new heights. And it also went beyond just Paul Pierce. That roster had a combined 490 playoff games. And that playoff veteran leadership, I felt, really helped this young core to grow.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Well, Greg, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but all of those misses from the stripe clearly had an impact on that game.
And the Pistons with possession here. 7-point differential. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Coach Stan Van Gundy. He told me that he's looking forward to this matchup. Their first look at this team so far this season. He said they'll look to play up defensively. As usual, their length and shot blocking a great deterrent inside. Kevin?
Terrific, Doris. Thanks, guys. What's your take on that?
You know, I think it's probably the way to go. The defensive approach suits their style and their personnel. So I think you go with it.
Yeah, and you stay true to your identity, and theirs is clearly at the defensive end.
Washington calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Here's Bullock. Burke covering. And there's the whistle. It's going to go on Andrew Nicholson. There's the screen. And here's Smith. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Shot clock at 6. Pistons passing it around. 20 feet out. No good off the front iron. Wizards trail by 9. Now Burke. Smith right side. And he jams it with authority.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
2 years ago, Utah drafted Trey Burke to be their point guard of the future. Then last year, they drafted Dante Exum. Set up quite a competition between those two.
Bullock, and that is good.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Now, here's Burke. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Getting back to the Burke-Exum rivalry last year, both young men showed some tremendous promise. They both shot under 37% from the field, Greg. That's got to improve.
And it will. I mean, last season was tough for both guys in terms of getting used to a certain role. But remember also, when you come into this league, a league of men, and you're that young and you haven't matured, it's going to take you maybe 2 or 3 years before you can find that consistency. And then also factor in both were getting yanked in and out of the lineup. Tough challenge for those young players as they dealt with the ebbs and flow of their confidence.
And the first one at the line is good.
And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14.
Smith hits them both. Well, as you said, Greg, the Pistons were a team that showed marked improvement, and Clark, they did clean up their play style as well.
Yeah, they got better from 2014 to 15 in terms of upping their assist and cutting down the turnovers. Just made it a much more enjoyable game to watch the way they play. I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Thornton for 3, can't hit. Johnson with the defensive effort. Clock management, this is where they can get a 2 for 1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
The drive by Smith. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And the Pistons lead by 9.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Here's Nicholson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Smith kicks to Bullock. Jacks up a 3. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Pistons ahead, up by 7. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And John Wall, a multiple All-Star in this league. But make no mistake, his focus is squarely on team success. Wall's the kind of guy that has his eye on the prize all the time, and the less emphasis he places on his own goals, I think, Greg, the better he seems to get.
That's a great point. And Kevin, he is a man on a mission at this point in his career. Only one thing is going to satisfy him, and that's chasing that ring.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals.
Well, they've really been aggressive, guys, on defense, and it's paid off, so why stop? Keep it up.
So on the floor for Washington, the talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Otto Porter Jr. out there with Gortat, and it's Mahinmi in at center. And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Caldwell Pope. Pass to Jackson. Harris a screen on Wall. Jackson with it. Now guarded by Porter. Here's Morris. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Now here's Wall. Here's Porter. That's short off the rim. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Here's Jackson. Rebound by the Wizards.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And Mahinmi with the stop.
Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Jackson with it. 6 points for him. Pass to Morris. Porter against Harris. Drummond. Tries again. Rebound by Mahinmi. Wizards trail by 7. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Beal can't get it to go.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
The Pistons have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And guys, when you go to look for holes in the game of Tobias Harris, there really aren't any. One of the hardest workers in our league. If he has any weakness at all, it's his average size speed combo, which most likely will keep him from becoming the perennial all-star type.
He's perfect from the line this time. On the topic of Tobias Harris, you love that he can contribute in every category of play. He's a solid face-up shooter. Clark, he's getting better with his back to the basket. You can see movement forward all the time.
I love what this young man has shown thus far. You mentioned those things he does. He'll also rebound for you, get loose balls. He does the little things, understands what it takes to win. The consummate pro and team player.
And John Wall, guys, is still one of the most explosive players in the league. His speed makes professional athletes look like they are stuck in mud.
And that one falls for Wall. You're talking about Wall's burst. He can go end to end in seconds. Clark, you're amazed. You said he's a blur.
Yeah, rack to rack in a nanosecond is what Wall can do. I mean, his speed is something special.
Now here's Drummond. He's coming off a 25-point game against Minnesota.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
Wizards trail by 8. And there's the pass to Gortat. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Andre Drummond picks one up. And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, getting back to Gortat, he signed that 5-year, $60 million contract a couple of years back. Raised some eyebrows at the time because he's not a supreme athlete, but his size, effort, and refined skill set have made him worth it so far.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And talking about Gortat, I like what he can do for you defensively. Doesn't really have a vertical, but uses his length and timing to alter shots. And he moves his feet well enough to close out on shooters and also cover the pick and roll. So solid and complete in terms of a frontline player.
Wall passes to Mahinmi. It's Drummond with the rebound. Pistons leading by 8. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Morris. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. The Wizards have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Wall dishes to Gortat. Stolen by Jackson. It's Drummond, high post. Rebound by Mahinmi. Mahimi's got 6 rebounds in the game. And Beal kicks to Gortat. He feeds it to Beal. And stolen by Drummond. Jackson with it. Now guarded by Porter. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
That's his third.
Burke, he's checked in for the Wizards. For Detroit, they haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
And guys, you know, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, this guy screams potential at you. I mean, perfect size and length and speed for a 2-guard. He plays both ends. Right now, it's all about consistency for him.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. On the topic of Caldwell-Pope, he's the kind of guy who needs a year to feel his way around. In college, Greg, you may recall he showed dramatic improvement between years 1 and 2. The same thing has been true in the pros.
Yeah, and he has everything going for him. I mean, excellent outside shot, tremendous defensive tools. He just needs to add some strength and stay in attack mode to reach the next level in his development.
Wizards trail by 11. Burke, the pass to Beal. And Mahinmi now atop the key. Down low, lock at 6. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go. The Pistons fast break and the basket by Harris.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now, here is Gortat. A 26-point game for him in the win against Milwaukee.
And also defensively, guys, he kept them off balance with 4 steals on the night.
Pistons leading by 13. Caldwell-Pope dishes to Drummond. Plenty of space. That shot by Caldwell-Pope, no good. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Burke kicks to Beal. And again, Washington, no good.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
And Detroit has possession. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go. Porter against Harris. Porter kicks to Burke. He dishes it to Mahinmi. Inside, here's Gortat. And just miss after miss right now. Pistons shooting in this game, 45%. Porter with the steal to the paint. And Gortat with the stuff.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Washington's offense last year looked solid on paper, but in reality, it was much tougher to defend against. They could hurt you in a number of ways.
And the Wizards, Kevin, could get you in transition, but they could also, as you mentioned, they could get you with their half-court sets. Top 10 in field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage last season.
Different look here for the Pistons. Lewis checked in for Morris. Johnson comes in for Tobias Harris. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Smith subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Smith checked in for Mahinmi. Nicholson comes in for Gortat. Morris is checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And it's Thornton in for Beal. Now here is Smith looking for his first basket still in this one. Drummond in the post, working on Smith, and he gets it to go. And the Pistons lead by 13.
And, you know, for the Wizards, it wasn't just how they scored, but who scored. I mean, they ended the season with all 5 starters averaging double-digit points, and that's a rarity.
They get it again. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. In the 3rd spot, the Pistons.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Smith.
And thinking back to the Wizards having all of their starting 5 scoring in double digits last year, those are the kinds of teams that coaches hate to plan against. Any given night, one of them can step up and hurt you, and you just couldn't plan for where their points were going to come from.
Smith hits them both. Last season at both sides of the coin for the Wizards, started out very hot, but then just could not keep it going.
Well, you know, the start was extremely hot. 19-6, which tied a franchise best, that record. After that, though, they played close to 500 ball the rest of the time.
Now, here is Smith. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. He kicks to Lewis. 4 on the clock. Here's Bullock. Can't get it to go. And the Wizards now going the other way.
And the Wizards really struggled post-All-Star break, playing under 500. Still, though, they seem to pull things together at the very end and on into the postseason. I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Here's Johnson, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to go on Trey Burke.
Well, there's no denying it. The Wizards had some bumps, and you mentioned that. Some weeks they look like a lottery team. Then the next, they looked like a title contender. They knew how to make the most of their games when they did get hot, though.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
First free throw is good.
Shooting 100% in the quarter. They've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
I tell you what, nice job making the most of their opportunities.
And he can't hit the second.
And guys, he's not the tallest or most imposing wing player, but Stanley Johnson has incredible strength and really unmatched confidence. One reason why so many were high on him in the draft.
Nicholson in the post. He's against Smith. Nicholson with the bucket.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint. And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
And the Wizards with possession, down by 12. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Smith. And for Johnson out of Arizona, Greg, his strength, as you were talking about, is his biggest asset. Helps that he has this incredible arm span. And Clark, you know what? He told me he likes to play the 2K game.
Yeah, he does enjoy that. He likes to play the real game, too, because he's hyper-competitive, and I think he's got a chance to be a superb defender at the NBA level.
Here's Burke following the bucket by the Pistons. Morris with a screen on Smith. It's taken away by Smith. Here's the screen. Smith with the defensive effort. Wizards trail by 12. Smith sets the pick for Burke. Dishes it to Morris. To the inside. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time. Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Pistons leading by 8. Smith outside. Here's Marjanovic. And the rejection by Smith. On the wing, Thornton. Covered by Smith. Burke can't get it to go. But one thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Greg enjoys that too.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Now, here is Smith. There's 1:38 left in the first half of the game. 6 on the shot clock. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Wizards trail by 6. Nicholson kicks to Smith. Now here's Burke. He's guarded by Johnson. They set the screen. Washington gets it back. A 3 from Morris. That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. 4-on-3 break. Here's Bullock. And the rejection by Smith. Thornton against Johnson. And Thornton kicks to Morris. Jacks up a three. Again, the miss by Morris. Pistons leading by 6. Smith outside. Here's Marjanovic to stop the drought. Washington with the rebound. Smith's got his 3rd rebound on the night. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and gameplay. Kicks it to Nicholson. Intercepted. Smith outside. There's the dish to Johnson. Here's Marjanovic. And so that brings the first half to a close. Pistons lead by 6. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the halftime show on 2K Sports. What a game it's been for Tobias Harris. He ended up with 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. He put last game's performance behind him, doing some nice work in the opening period tonight. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Well, their playmakers were in top form tonight. They showed great court vision and great ball movement. That's why they had so many assists. It's much easier to defend guys who don't want to pass the basketball.
And over to Shaq, your take on the Wizards.
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting a timely rebound really lifted them. The strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together a series of big stops.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
It's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. You look at Tobias Harris, he has really been playing well.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Pistons, Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Marcus Morris is out there with Tobias Harris, and it's Drummond in at the 5 spot. Now here's Wall after the miss from Reggie Jackson. Quarter outside. Detroit with the rebound. Drummond's got 4 rebounds in this game. Caldwell Pope kicks to Drummond. Harris with it. Now guarded by Porter. Here's Morris, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Greg, you just said the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15-29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
And he sinks the second. Washington with the ball. 7-point differential. Here's Wall. The feed to Mahinmi. From deep. It's hauled in by Harris. Now Detroit moving it up. Harris with the ball. Shot's good. Harris has got 17 now.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Now here's Wall. There's a screen by Gorton. Beal gets a wide open look. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Beal's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Jackson passes to Harris. To the middle. It's Drummond with the drive. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
And Beal kicks to Wall. Pass to Beal. Shot clock at 6. There's Porter with the 3. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They missed 3 of their first 4.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, they've had the chance to push it. They've pushed it.
Here's Beal. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Out to the right wing. It's stolen by Morris. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Caldwell Pope. Here's Drummond. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Drummond's got 8 points.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Washington calls timeout. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for John Wall. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
Shot clock at 6. And again, Washington no good.
Well, that's a lot of bricks by them early in the second. Only 1 make on 5 tries so far in the second half.
We're at the break in the action. Let's show you the teams that have been making their opponents work especially hard over the past 10 games. Number 1, the Wizards.
I mean, they've been impressive on the defensive end, and they may have caught a few teams on off nights, but you've got to give them credit. They've made scoring a chore when you look at their opponents.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good for Morris.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him. And that feeling turned out to be correct.
Now, here's Thornton. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. To halt the run, and there's Bradley Beal on the assist from Gortat. 6 points here for Beal.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Gortat with the block. And here's Thornton. Gortat with the screen for Thornton. Here's Beal. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Beal's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Jackson. He has 6. Here's Harris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 5 assists in the game.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Here's Beal. He's got 8. That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut back down to 8 points. They needed that one from Porter.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Detroit with the ball. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Jumper off the screen and too long on the shot.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Here's Thornton, and it's sent back by Drummond.
Just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Now Beal, scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. And that one's good by Porter.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Outside Jackson. Drummond with a screen on Thornton. Jackson dishes to Drummond. And another make to his scoring count. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Beal, the pass to Porter. Off target from outside. Pistons leading by 8. Jackson kicks to Caldwell Pope. Here's the foul. It's on Mahinmi. That's foul number 2 for him.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
So for the Pistons, Lewis checked in for Morris. And Smith subbed in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then for the Wizards, Markieff Morris is checked in for Mahinmi. And John Wall subbed in for Marcus Thornton. Washington on D. Smith with it. He's picked up by Wall. Smith outside. Feeds it to Lure. Tries it from 19. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Lure's got 10 points in the game. Wizards trail by 10. Wall attacking. Beal trying to break loose. Wall's shot is off. Smith against Morris. Smith kicks to Jackson. For 3. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
Well, as we take a look at the rankings, let's see where Detroit ended up last season. 3rd in second chance points. 4th in rebounding. And they were top 10 in fewest team turnovers. This team has a number of players that take care of the ball and value every possession.
And just go revisit those numbers in terms of second chance points. That was elite. And they weren't shy about sticking their nose in there and going after the ball. And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrecker.
Now here is Harris. 1 points in the game. Jackson has the open look. Jackson can't get that one to fall.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Down low, Morris a screen. It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Gortat.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
The drive by Jackson. Clock at 6. Smith dishes to Drummond. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Wizards trail by 6. Here's Beal. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Smith outside. Here's Drummond. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got assist number 8 now on the night. And stolen by Drummond. Smith with it. Outside Jackson. Goes up from the top of the key. Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now, his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping, but I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx. But I'm expecting a big year from him this season.
Here is Wall. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. On the wing, Harris. Three-pointer. Gortat with the rebound. Gortat's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Wall. For the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
On the wing, Jackson. He's covered by Beal. Drummond. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And the thing, Greg, about Marcin Gortat, he's not a high flyer. He's not a super flexible athlete. But he's one of the best centers in the league because he's tough. And he's worked hard on developing his skills. And he always hustles.
Yeah, and he fights for position down low. A terrific screener, does a lot of that dirty work. And he's also very good at passing the basketball. You know, a lot more skilled, particularly in the pick and roll, than maybe people give him credit for. He can hurt a defense in a surprising number of ways.
Talking about Gortat, he was a late second-round draft choice in 2005. His first 4 years in the league, highly underwhelming. Now, over the last 4 years, he's averaged around 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per game. Those are good numbers.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
And getting back to Marcin Gortat, his dad was a successful light heavyweight boxer in Poland. So clearly you see where the toughness comes from. And Marcin's mom was on the Polish national team in volleyball. So you know where the blocking and ball skills come from. I guess we'd have to call him a chip off the old blocks.
Nicholson in the post. Defended by Drummond.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Detroit with the ball after the basket by Washington. Here's Bullock. No good from outside.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark. Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those playing.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
2 shots.
First one falls for. He hits both from the strike. Wizards trail by 6. Outside, Wall. Morris outside. Here's Nicholson. He's got 8 and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
What a night so far for Nicholson. He has 8 points, and when it comes to rebounding, he's had a nice night there, too.
He's not afraid to mix it up there in the middle, getting in there and doing a lot of the dirty work.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. Now here is Smith. Inside. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Wizards trail by 7. And here is Burke. Screen by Smith. Nicholson gets to Smith. And now the Pistons fast break. Goes up. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Agility leads to thievery there as he got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
Burke kicks to Smith, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Lovely dish by Columbus's own Trey Burke.
1:10 left here in the third quarter. Johnson against Morris. Johnson kicks to Drummond. Pass to Bullock. Lets it go from deep. Washington with the rebound. Now Burke. To the paint. Here's Smith. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
He is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the rim.
Johnson outside. The tray. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. Wizards trail by 8. Outside, Wall. Passes it to Burke. They set the pick. Wall passes to Smith. The Wizards working the ball around now. Just 5 to shoot. And again, Washington with the triple.
In the first half, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes. But finding themselves down now, they've started to cast up a lot more triples.
Marjanovic. Smith with some nice D. Here's Morris. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one on Johnson. The Wizards have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
And the second free throw, good. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It's Detroit leading by 4. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. So on the floor for Washington, Andrew Nicholson out there with Mahinmi. Then it's Thornton, then it's Wall, and it's Beal in at the small forward. Here's Nicholson. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And guys, the wheels really fell off of Marcus Thornton's game last year. This was a deadly shooter who averaged over 21 points a game only a few seasons ago. But last season, under double figures at 9 per contest.
And he knocks down the first one. On the topic of Thornton, Greg, last season he wasn't all bad. He did hit, a career-high 42% of his threes. Clark, the problem is he didn't provide anything else.
Yeah, he's an Allen wrench. He's a specialist. I mean, he's never been a great playmaker, rebounder, or defender. His money is made with his jump shot.
And Thornton drops 2.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Jackson kicks to Caldwell Pope. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. That's good from Jackson. And the Pistons making a change here. Brewer's checked in. Here's Caldwell Pope. Outside Jackson. Morris with the screen for Jackson. 6 to shoot. Morris into the lane. Here we go, one-on-one. The rebound by Caldwell Pope.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Yeah, at this level, you got to make that shot. It's plain and simple. You got to knock that one down.
Wizards trail by 3. Outside, Wall. Down low, here's Mahimi. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And he makes the first. The Wizards making a switch here. Porter's checked in. Second free throw, no good.
They'd have loved to cut it to 1 there, but they're still in decent shape if they can get a stop.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Ball against Jackson. Morris with a screen on Wall. Now here's Jackson. He's tightly guarded. They set the screen. Just 5 on the clock. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Reggie Jackson. Shooting free throws.
And he knocks down the first one.
No slowing him down, just some incredible numbers for Jackson. He has 8 points, and he has been the definition of a thief with all those steals.
And Clark, defensively, he has played this game just so intelligently. I mean, he hasn't let them get away with any loose passes or sloppy ball handling.
Both free throws good from Jackson. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. It's Wall with the drive.
And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really, in a game, you guys, in a game like this, though, when you have a chance to send a message, you do. And boy, did he ever on that play.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Now, here's Wall. There's a screen by Gortat. Beal dishes the Wall. There's a screen to tie it up. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And we've all seen how dominant Bradley Beal can be. The 3rd overall pick in the 2012 draft. He's already had a solid young career, but still plenty of room to grow.
Talking about Bradley Beal's potential, it's not just the shooting, it's also the passing, and you really don't think of him as a passer, but for such a young two-guy, he's extremely unselfish, averaged over 3 assists a game over the past 2 years.
And the true stars of our game feature versatility. And here's a guy that has also tremendous upside as a rebounder. I mean, how about getting 7 boards almost a game the 1 year he was in college? So he understands the importance of impacting other areas. I mean, last season he had his highest steals average of his career, and everything's upside with this young man. The sky's the limit.
Excellent play. There's a good screen. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Wall. Tries from 16. Morris, no good.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
I tell you what, any team will take that. I mean, if you're shooting over 50%, that means you're getting the kind of looks you want on offense, and you're being smart about it, and you're knocking down the good shots that you get.
Here is Wall, following the bucket by the Pistons. And the pass to Mahimi. Can he keep it going? They get it again. And Gortat with the stuff.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound are a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength just like that.
Yeah, he's an invaluable asset for them to have. No question about it.
So it's the Pistons now after the basket by Washington. On the wing, Jackson, covered by Wall. 6 on the shot clock. Jackson kicks to Morris.
Shooting for Detroit, Marcus Morris.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
Free throw good for Morris. Andre Drummond's checked in for John Lewis. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Harris. That's good. Harris has got 25 points in the game.
You've got to box out on the free throws. Put a body on somebody. The little things can make a big difference.
Outside, Wall. He feeds it to Beal. He dishes it to Mahimi. High post, Gortat. Morris is there. Here's Drummond. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. And now a 3-point Detroit lead for Washington. They've gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And that one's good.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
And the wide open shot for Morris. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Well, he's gone without a field goal. And that certainly is below par for him. His team has still found a way to get it done.
Dishes to Gortat. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Now, here is Morris. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Wizards?
Boy, guys, I really like how they've driven the ball to the basket in this game. I mean, they've been very aggressive with it.
And also, their mid-range game has been impressive. A tough shot to rely upon, but they really had it going tonight.
That's good from Jackson. It's stolen by Wall. He kicks it to Porter. There's the pick. Rebound, Andre Drummond. Drummond's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Gortat, the pass to Porter. And Jackson with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. Here's Wall.
Good game for John Wall. 15 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark. And this offense has really performed at a high level.
John Wall. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. That's off as well, so he misses both. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. And the Pistons lead by 2.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
Old-fashioned, isn't it, my man? Old-fashioned. Pound the rock basketball, and it is definitely working for them.
Mahimi, it's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. The Pistons have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, or of 9. Ball against Jackson. Out left to the wing. Here's Drummond, and the rejection by Mahimi. Shot clock at 5. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. For Washington, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. And Gortat kicks to Beal. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Smith checked in for Detroit. Here's Caldwell Pope. Morris a screen. Smith outside. From deep three-point range, can't hit. And it's Washington the other way. Beal with it. Mahinmi dishes to Porter. Mahinmi down low. Defended by Drummond. A shot by Mahinmi, no good. Detroit's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. There's a good screen. Smith the pass to Harris. Kicks to Morris. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his 4th personal. 5th team foul. Marcus Morris. Shooting free throws.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
The free throws haven't all gone in, but he's attacked offensively to get himself to the line.
And he can't make the second free throw either. Missing both.
Boy, his free throw shooting, Kevin, has been ugly.
And Wall. Here we go now. Rebound by the Pistons. Harris has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Caldwell Pope. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. And the Pistons lead by 1. And at Clark, we've seen some great competition in this one.
I agree with you, Kevin. I mean, looking at the lead changes really kind of tells the story of this game.
Yeah, 7 already in the game, and I think it shows you how well these two teams match up with one another.
Stolen. Smith kicks to Caldwell Pope. Wall grabs the board.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
And that one's good. And that's 17 points here for Beal.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Now, here is Morris. And it's Drummond missing. To the inside. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one on Harris.
Shooting for Detroit. Otto Porter. At the line for 2.
No good on that one. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Detroit. He hits the second from the line.
Missed a chance to put them up 3. That's going to affect how they set up on defense this trip.
Down low, here's Harris. It's good, the assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. For Washington, they've gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. All against Jackson. Wall dishes to Beal. And that's a foul. Called on Bradley Beal. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Shooting for Detroit. Marcus Morris.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The first one falls.
Finally, he's starting to convert after working his way to the line time and time again. We'll see if he can maintain the pace.
And Morris drops them both.
That was the confidence booster he needed. He's been scuffling from that free throw line. They're sending guys to the line way more than they should here. They need to play good position defense and avoid the reach-in sloppy foul.
Washington calls timeout. Let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to hear what Randy Whitman was saying to the team. And with the game still very much in play, he sounded very confident, telling the players, don't let up. This is where we make our move. Right now, go take it. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. The Pistons leading. In the corner, it's Harris. Porter pulls it in.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And Beal kicks the wall. There's a screen by Gortat. It's stolen by Morris. Jackson against Wall. Jackson kicks to Caldwell Pope. Drummond the screen. No one near him. Good, he hits the jump shot. Caldwell Pope's got 6 in the quarter.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Stripped it away. And now the Pistons fast break. You know what? Wall with some nice defense. Wizards trail by 4 to the paint. Here's Porter, and he uses the glass on the layup. Porter's got 9 points now in just the second half.
He didn't have a single point in the first half. Bagel, 0 points, nada. He's starting to get into the groove here in the second.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're ahead by 2. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter. Morris kicks to Caldwell Pope. On the wing, Jackson. Morris outside. Takes a 3. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Morris has got 6 in the quarter.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
And Wall kicks to Mahinmi. There's the dish to Beal. In the corner, Gortat with it. Baseline J on the way. Offensive rebound. And that's a foul. Called on Bradley Beal. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and with the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2.
Checking out the game, Kentavious Caldwell Pope has had. He has 9 points and also 3 nice steals. He's gotten after it on the boards for them as well as in the transition game.
And I like the fact that one has really fed into the other.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Guys, untidy. You've got to value the possession of the basketball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline. And he's caught fire from long range here in the second half.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're leading by 3. There's a minute left in the fourth. Outside Jackson. The feed now to Morris. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Morris a screen. Shot clock at 6. There's the triple. But they'll get another chance. Drummond passes to Morris. Nails it!
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
A lot is on the line here.
Well, how about the intensity and focus of the crowd here?
So loud in this place. And so they foul intentionally. It's the first, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Wall kicks to Beal. Offline with his 3. Here's Jackson. And so it's Detroit with the W. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds, Clark.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Now we send you to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's standing by in our studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Tobias Harris.
They were riding a 2-game losing streak coming to this game and could not afford to drop the lead. He rose to the occasion for them tonight. Big time. They needed this sort of performance for him. He took his game up a few notches. Love it, Ernie.
Tobias Harris can be a lethal player on the right night, and tonight was definitely one of those nights. He'll beat smaller defenders with his size and strength, and he'll take the bigger defenders on the perimeter.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.